Hey friends, welcome to Mindful MX365. I'm Justin McBride, and this is the daily series where we consider quotes, concepts, and contradictions that can support us on our journey of experiencing life mindfully. Today's consideration comes to us from the writer Samantha Garman, or Garman. Her quote is, "Comfort is a powerful sedative." Again, comfort is a powerful sedative. Before considering today's consideration, we're going to take just a moment to do 3 intentional breaths in and out. I'm going to close my eyes, making sure my head is placed above my shoulders and I'm sitting upright. I'm going to take my first breath in for 5 seconds, hold it, and then release it over 5 seconds as well before pausing and starting the next breath. Breath in. And out. Breath in. And out. One more on your own. Quick reminder of today's consideration from Samantha Garman. The quote, "Comfort is a powerful sedative." When I first heard this quote, my brain went in a few different directions, but I came back to being appreciative that these words exist, because the concept of comfort being a powerful sedative wasn't something I had really considered in that concise of a way. And there's 2 components to that: sedation and comfort, right? And what is comfort? Well, comfort can mean a few different things. Comfort could be a situation, an environment in which we feel safe. Um, Comfort might also relate to complacency sometimes. And sedation, I think of sedation as being a place where we are mentally or physically calmed down. And calm, I don't use that word as a positive or negative. I mean as a literal calming, making something less than what it was before. With sedation. Now, sedation, there could be a metaphorical sedation, there could be a chemical sedation, all forms of sedation. So let's start with comfort, though. Comfort. Why might we feel comfortable? And is our comfort intentional? That's a question for you to ask yourself when you find yourself in a place of comfort. Ask yourself, is this intentional? Is it unintentional? The awareness of comfort is what allows us to recognize then maybe if it's unintentional or if it's even becoming a little bit more complacent. And complacency, I don't think, is a healthy place, because complacency means we're not aware. We can be comfortable and aware. If we are unaware or we're not mindful of our comfort, that's when complacency enters the room. Sometimes sedatives are appropriate. Now, there's different kinds of sedatives. There's chemical sedatives, and then there's, I guess, more metaphorical sedatives. Whatever they happen to be, a sedative, in my mind, is something that calms something. And as it relates to my thoughts, sometimes a sedative is helpful. Now, I personally don't use lots of chemicals. I try not to, mostly because I just don't want to rely on them. I want to be able to find techniques and things that I can use when that chemical might not be available. Now, do I have anything against specific sedatives that people may use that are chemicals? Not necessarily. It's about making the right choice at the right time for each individual. But when appropriate, finding techniques to calm the brain, to calm the body, is incredibly valuable. Intentional breathing is one sedative that I use quite frequently. Whenever I find myself getting a little worked up or my heart is racing and maybe I'm not sure why, before even considering why, sometimes I just take a step back and breathe intentionally. And I do that a few times and then check back in and see if I need to dive deeper into whatever it is that needed sedated to begin with. Whether it's a formal practice like meditation or a mindful movement like yoga or Tai Chi, or some mix of all of the above, or if it's everyday mindfulness, taking a moment away from what we're doing to maybe wash the dishes, sweep the floor, whatever it happens to be, but being intentionally present for whatever it is that we're focusing on. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about it. Feel free to comment on wherever you're watching or listening to this. If you're listening to on the podcast, you can find a link in the description over to www.mindfulx.net, which is our free to sign up for free from advertisement community. Where you can comment and share your own thoughts and ideas relating to this and a number of other mindfulness related topics. If you're watching this on YouTube or another social media platform, you can comment right there. We'd love to hear from you wherever you're at. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, I'm Justin McBride. And remember, mindfulness is only a few intentional breaths away. If you'd like to join me in finding a little intentional comfort in this moment, sometimes I do a few quick breaths. It's almost like I'm expelling all the unintentional breathing before getting into my intentional breathing. First breath in and out and in and out. Continue on your own for a moment. If you decide that this is where you want to be and focusing on intentional breathing is appropriate right now, you may experience unintended thoughts or sensations that pop up into your brain. As they do, make a mental note of them without judgment, and then come back to the breath. Each time you breathe in, focusing on where you feel the breath the most. Perhaps it's on the roof of your mouth, or the tip of your tongue, or in your chest as it rises, as it fills with air. Wherever you feel your breath, stay there. Make a note of what it feels like to be in this moment of presence, of awareness of your breath. This isn't just an awareness that you can only find when sitting with your eyes closed. You can find it almost anywhere at any time.